guys, it's Adam Zulqarneyn and welcome to this complete Amazon PPC tutorial. So in this video, I'm going to go through the entire process of creating an Amazon PPC campaign from scratch. So if you're a complete Amazon advertising beginner, you've never run an Amazon PPC campaign before, this video is exactly what you need. It's going to go through the entire process from setting the campaigns up from the beginning, understanding the basics of Amazon advertising and how Amazon PPC actually works, all the way through to the best strategy for ranking your products to receive the highest amount of organic traffic. If you've also been running Amazon PPC campaigns, but you're not 100% sure you've got all the elements correct, this is also going to be really useful. You can follow through and make sure you've got everything set up the right way. Now I know that setting your first Amazon ad campaign can be quite intimidating because eventually you're spending money on advertising. So if you do not set it up correctly, you might end up losing a lot of money.
That's a lot, right?
So I highly recommend to watch this video all the way through so that you really understand how Amazon ads actually work and how to set them up like an expert would do. Now look, I know this video is going to be a longer video, but I promise you that by the end of it, you'll know more than 75% of everybody who's actually running Amazon ads. And you'll be saving a lot of time, money, and energy in the long run. So with that being said, let's get into the tutorial. But before we get into that, if this is the first time you've been to my channel, welcome. My name's Adam Zulqarneyn. I'm an 8-figure Amazon seller and CEO of ScaleItWithAds.com, which is an Amazon advertising agency based in the UK. Advertising is our bread and butter. Selling on Amazon has been the only thing I've ever done since I was 16 years old. If I backtrack almost a decade to when I started, if I was to have this level of information and valuable industry insights, I would have definitely sold way more product and made more money without going through the tireless journey of making mistake after mistake and losing money. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is how Amazon advertising and PPC actually work and why they are so powerful. So let's say I'm on the market for a protein powder because I've just started the gym and I want to put on some muscle. So I know that protein is good for me and I'm not getting enough of it from my diet. So I'm going to go onto Amazon and buy some. Okay, so I go onto Amazon and I type in protein powder. Protein powder is my keyword. Shoppers type in keywords in the Amazon search bar and then Amazon gives me the search results based on what I type in the search bar. So these are the search terms that show up for me personally when I type in protein powder. So when we take a closer look at those search results, we notice that here on the top of the product title, there's a word that shows up which is sponsored. So it says sponsored on top of the title, which means that somebody paid to appear here on the first page on Amazon when somebody types in protein powder. So this product has paid to appear here in the search results on Amazon. The same thing with the second product, the third and the fourth search result. They all say sponsored. These type of ads are called sponsored product ads. Sponsored products is an advertising method on Amazon that can help promote products to shoppers actively searching with related keywords or viewing similar products on Amazon. Now, if you look closely here, when we take a look at the fifth search result, you see that it doesn't say sponsored on top of the title of that product, which means that this one is an organic search result. So nobody paid to appear here specifically on this search result. So what this basically means is that this product listing is first in the organic search result, and it's what Amazon thinks is most relevant for the search here to the keyword that I typed into Amazon. This means that this product here has a very good keyword ranking for this keyword, and they're not having to run ads for this product to specifically be visible on the first line of this page. So here for this specific keyword on the first line, we have 4 products that are sponsored, and then we have the first set of organic search results. When you scroll all the way down the page, you might see even more ads across the top, the middle, and the bottom. And on the same page, you'll also see another method of advertising, which is called sponsored brand ads. And these are customizable ads where you can see a logo, headline, and a video or a collection of products. And here's what they look like on Amazon. But in this tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up one of these ads here, which is called sponsored products. So how you can pay to appear in front of shoppers when they type in specific keywords that are related to what you are offering to your specific product. Specifically, I'm going to show you the most effective PPC strategy for launching highly successful advertising campaigns on Amazon, and this strategy is designed to maximize your advantage during the honeymoon period, which ultimately leads to better rankings and more sales. What happens when someone clicks on your ad? So what happens when I would click on this specific product? Well, for me, as a random somebody who's just looking for a protein powder, I wouldn't necessarily know that this is an ad because I've just done a search for protein powder. So on Amazon, I've been hit with a load of different products and then I've landed on this specific product here. So I go ahead and I buy this. But for the advertiser here, whoever is managing the advertising and the finances of this product, they will have to pay for my click. And that's what Amazon PPC essentially is, and what PPC stands for, pay per click. You pay each time someone clicks on your ad. So with every click this ad gets, they might pay 50 cents, they might pay $1, they could pay $2 or $3 or even $4, depending on what they are bidding on and depending on what Amazon says they should pay. And this is because Amazon PPC works as an auction model. So sellers are competing against each other with their bids in order to win the ad place at the top of the first page. The less competitive you are, the less likely you are to show up higher. You could end up right towards the lower end of the page or on any other page in the search results. And one important thing to know is that the majority of business is done on page 1. If you see here at the top of page 1 compared to page 2, there's a massive difference in the number of units sold. So that's why it pays to appear at the top, pun intended. But more on how that works and how much you have to pay for your click later in the tutorial. So let's say this advertiser pays $1.50 for every time someone clicks on this ad. That means for 10 clicks, they will pay $15. But let's say every 10 clicks, one of those people who clicks this ad will buy a tub of protein powder. And for every tub of protein this brand sells, they make a profit of, let's say, 30%, so around $25. So with every 10 clicks, they have to pay $15 to Amazon, but they make $10 back because they sell a tub of protein. So they have a profit margin of $10. This in your advertising dashboard is referred to as ACOS. It tells the percentage of your ad spend to the sales revenue generated from your advertising campaign. It's basically the percentage of your ad spend compared to the sales revenue your ads bring in. Now there'll be times where your ACOS percentage goes above your break-even point, which means you're paying money out of your pocket to get those sales. But again, look, but I'll talk more about that and how to get the best return back from your ad spend in part 2, which will be more advanced and a lot more technical. So why are Amazon PPC ads so powerful? Well, the reason is because there is buyer intent behind those specific keywords and the ads that appear. So when we compare Amazon to Google, it's a whole different ball game because people's mindsets are in a completely different place. When they go to Google, they start off by researching or exploring their options. They might click through a bunch of pages, read up, and eventually, after all of that research and clicking around, they might make a purchase. But right from the get-go, the likelihood of buying isn't that high. But on the other hand, when people search on Amazon, they're already geared up with that ready-to-buy mindset. They're not on Amazon to window shop brands or spend hours researching. No, they're here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to make a purchase. That's the Amazon game, and that's why Amazon PPC ads are so powerful, because when done correctly, they allow you to reach the most relevant, most motivated, and ready-to-buy traffic. And as of the last few years, more and more people are now being pushed to buy from Amazon because you can pretty much get everything off of Amazon. And in fact, many people actually now start their search on Amazon rather than Google. So that shows you the power of Amazon. Now, what good is all this buyer intent? What benefit does it do to our products when someone makes a search and then clicks on our product and then buys? What is the benefit or goal of running an ad aside from trying to get a sale and make some money? To get our product in front of as many relevant customers as possible and to get them to buy. So you do this by getting as many clicks and converting those clicks into sales. And then your eventual goal is to rank for those keywords that you're bidding on. And that is in order to get your product a higher organic ranking. When you receive a higher organic ranking, that means your product has a higher likelihood of appearing closer to top of page 1 and appearing organically without an ad, like I showed you in the example. So after 30, 60 days or however many months of running your PPC campaigns and bidding aggressively so that people see your ads, click on them and then they buy, your product can have the ability to appear higher organically in Amazon's search results. So any sales you receive from this ad placement, you don't pay an ad fee. So it's essentially free. So that makes you full margin on those sales. Now, most people aim for a higher ratio of organic sales to paid sales, meaning more sales that are organic in relation to paid, but the average is about 50-50, or maybe now it's actually slightly higher and it's creeping up to 60-40. So hypothetically, that means if you're getting 100 orders from your PPC, it's likely that you could be getting roughly 100 orders from your paid ads. But the only way you can build that organic ranking is if you get enough clicks and conversions for relevant specific terms to your product over a long enough period of time. And the beauty of appearing at the top of the search results is the substantial difference in sales. Now, if you look at the search results page here, you'll easily spot the striking difference in sales between the top row and the upper half of the product page versus the lower half. The contrast in the number of products sold serves as a clear indicator of the tremendous importance and the incredible benefits of being on page 1. Okay, so now that you understand how Amazon PPC works, let's move on to keyword research. Because in order to run a sponsored products manual campaign, you need to have a list of keywords that you can bid on. So for this step, I'm sure most of you already have a list of keywords that you've identified for your advertising campaign. Because you've already gone ahead and done the product research, you've created a product and then you found all the relevant keywords for your title, your bullets, and the rest of your listing. So you should have all of this data available. If you're struggling to compile your keyword list, then check the link in the comments below for a separate video on how to do that. If you don't know how to find these keywords, you can use Helium 10's suite of tools to reverse engineer your best-selling competitors and discover the top ranking, high converting keywords that they make their money on. If you haven't already set this up, it's an absolute necessity. We use it extensively in our business every single day, and it's a crucial asset in our advertising agency for many of our tasks. Now, if you don't currently have access to this tool, I want to be upfront with you. I'm an affiliate and I can offer you an exclusive deal of 30% off for the first 3 months. So now you have a fantastic opportunity to get the ball rolling and to take advantage of this amazing offer. But getting back to it. So this video is all about phase 1 of your product journey, which is referred to as the product launch. And the purpose of the campaigns that we're going to set up and the strategy that we are going to run is to establish your product and generate some sales velocity, index for super relevant keywords, rank for our main keywords, and to collect some data. Now, when you're setting up your campaigns, there's a section in the creation process called match types. Match types essentially offer different ways to fine-tune your ads, fine-tune your targeting, and align your ads with customer search queries. In simpler terms, think of it as a 2-part process. You provide your keyword and select a match type, and in return, Amazon generates relevant search results for that combination of match types and keyword. So we have 3 match types to choose from, which are exact, phrase, and broad. Exact match is all about precision. It aims to closely match a customer-specific search term with your chosen keyword phrase. When a shopper enters the exact keyword phrase you selected without adding any extra words or variations, that's when your ad will appear. So for instance, if your keyword is protein powder, your ad will show up when a customer searches for that exact phrase. Phrase match. With this match type, you're capturing moderately specific specific search term phrases that closely relate to your targeted keyword. It provides a bit more flexibility by including variations and additional terms within the search query. So this match type covers search terms that include your targeted keyword phrase along with other words before or after it. So when a shopper searches for a keyword phrase containing your targeted phrase and other terms, that's when your ad may appear. For example, if your keyword is, again, protein powder, your ad could pop up for search queries like chocolate flavored protein powder or protein powder for weight loss. And the third one is broad match. So broad match type broadens your reach by encompassing generalized search term phrases related to your target keyword. It accommodates variations, synonyms, and related terms within the search query. So broad match essentially lets you cast a wider net, capturing a range of search queries related to or resembling your target keyword phrase, and that can result in reaching a broader audience. When a shopper search contains your keyword in any order along with any other possible combination, that's when your ad may appear. So for instance, if your keyword is protein powder, your ad could be displayed for search queries like high protein diet snack or protein shakes for weight loss, or maybe just whey protein powder. Now, a lot of people, when they launch their Amazon campaigns, they often start with a scattered approach, throwing the whole kitchen sink at Amazon. They might create an automatic campaign, which is as it sounds. You set up a few simple controls. Amazon uses its algorithms to automatically identify keywords to target. Additionally, they also set up broad phrase, exact, they chuck in 50 keywords, create a bunch of different campaigns, all in the hope of gathering information to figure out what works. And then they wonder, why isn't their product performing as well as they expected? The issue lies in their flawed launch strategy and a lack of a structured approach for success. Why leave it to Amazon to autonomously determine the keywords that are right for your product when you can leverage tools like Helium 10 to discover the most effective keywords based on your best-selling competitors? So let me explain our strategy. And this is super important if you really want to crush it with Amazon. And listen carefully, because these are the same steps that we use to grow products from 0 to 1,000 to 5,000 units a month in no time. So phase 1 consists of 3 sets of campaigns, 2 sets of exact match campaigns, and 1 set of product targeting campaigns. Product targeting is a bit different from keyword-based targeting. It's pretty much what it sounds like, targeting other products, or in Amazon terms, meaning other ASINs. So to give you an idea of how product targeting works, I'll go back to my example listing of protein powder, and I've selected the product which catches my attention, which is this one here. So now I'm on the product page. As I scroll down, you'll see a bunch of products here that are similar. What these brands are doing is they are running product targeting campaigns aimed at this particular product. This whole row is filled with sponsored product ads. In this scenario, these sellers are specifically targeting this ASIN to get their products in front of this audience. Okay, so now you've got a handle on sponsored keywords, product targeting, and match types. Let's take a closer look at the 3 types of campaigns we're going to kick off initially. I'll explain the campaigns and then I'll show you exactly how to set them up. So the first set of campaigns will be your core keyword campaigns. So we want to identify our core keywords. These are the high to medium search volume keywords that are directly related to your product and absolutely essential to achieve strong rankings on. You'll want to pick out 2 to 5 primary keywords that align perfectly with your product. So we're going to create single keyword exact match campaigns. So 1 keyword per campaign per ad group with an exact match. Next, we want to look for keywords that are longer tail keywords. So these are usually variations of your core keyword, offering more specific and descriptive phrases tied to your product. For example, if your core keyword is protein powder or protein supplement, a longer tail keyword could be something like diet whey protein powder or protein supplement for weight loss. So we are aiming for around 10 to 15 of these long tail keywords, and we're going to create an exact match campaign with up to 5 keywords per campaign. So if you have 15 long tail keywords, then you'll have 3 campaigns that you will have set up. And the last set of campaigns will be the product targeting campaigns, where we want to target 10 to 20 of our closest competitors. So these should be the listings that represent what we aim for our product to become. Make sure they closely resemble your product, they're selling well, and they are the top performers in your sub-niche. So same as the strategy before, 5 targets maximum per campaign. So if you have 20 targets that you've researched, you will have 4 campaigns that you're now going to set up. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, where's your broad match campaigns? OMG, why are you not running automatic campaigns? Or why are you not targeting lower search volume keywords? And the answer is that those will be necessary at some point, but they are reserved for phase 2. Right now, in phase 1, our main objective is to send precise signals to Amazon. Look, Amazon doesn't have prior knowledge of our product. It can't read our mind. Picture it like starting with a clean slate. There's no information about us except for what we've registered on this listing. So with our initial advertising efforts, we don't want our campaign to go after everything and anything. That's not our approach here. We want our approach to be ultra targeted. So all the other strategies, including broad match campaigns and expanding to lower search volume keywords to boost our sales, all of those will come into play in the upcoming phases. But in phase 1, our primary goal is to ensure that Amazon accurately indexes our product and positions it for maximum relevance within the Amazon algorithm. So this precision in phase 1 sets the stage for larger growth and much more success in the phases that follow. Okay, so here's my sample list of keywords and product targets that I have for my PPC strategy. So you can see here I've got sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3, and they are based on the 3 different strategies that we're going to run. So here you can see the core keywords. So I've got 5 core keywords, and then on the longer tail keywords we've got 10 to 15 keywords, and then on the product targeting sheet you can see that we've got 20 targets. Okay, so now that we understand how Amazon ads work, we have our list of keywords and we know what strategy that we're going to use. Let's get our campaign set up and let's get them deployed. So the first campaign that we're going to set up is the single keyword exact match campaign. So the structure of this strategy will be the following: 1 keyword per campaign per ad group. So here is my list of my 5 core keywords that I want Amazon to strongly associate with my product. So these keywords play a pivotal role in ensuring our product aligns effectively with Amazon's algorithm. That's why I'm fully committed to strategically positioning them for optimal performance. So I'll walk you through a quick setup. So head over to your advertising console, create campaign, and the first thing that we're going to do is to go to our advertising console here, click on the menu, find sponsored products, and then select the campaign manager. This then brings up your advertising campaigns. So we want to go on create campaigns, and here we can see, and Amazon has provided us with 3 options to choose from for our campaign type. You can see a sponsored products option, sponsored brands option, and sponsored display option. For this video, we will be focusing on the sponsored products option, as this is the most common form of advertising on Amazon. It's important to know that sponsored products should be the core of your advertising strategy, because these are the ads that we use to promote our listings on Amazon, and they play a crucial role in indexing and ranking our products, which ultimately helps us reach new customers. With sponsored products, we have the option of creating manual campaigns and automatic campaigns. Manual being you do all the keyword research yourself. You select the keywords and the ASINs that you want to target and the match type that you want to use depending on your strategy. With automatic campaigns, Amazon does the majority of the work for you. Okay, so let's get these campaigns created. So we're going to select sponsored products, and first we want to start off with the ad group name. Now it's important that you have a clear and solid naming structure so that you're easily able to identify the campaign type and the product that you're running the advertising for. This is important because If you want to see how a product is performing, then with a clear naming structure, you can very easily find the campaigns related to your product. For example, if you have generic names for your campaigns and for your ad groups, like protein powder launch, you're not going to know exactly what this is for and what purpose it serves. And as your business grows and as you launch more campaigns, you want everything to be easily identifiable. You do not want it all jumbled up because you won't be able to effectively evaluate your performance and optimize your account. So in this instance, I'm going to name it like this: SP-ASIN-keyword-launch-TOS. SP for sponsored products, ASIN, which is the ASIN that we're running the advertising for, SKAG, keyword that we're going to target, launch, and then TOS, the keyword that we're going to target. So if your keyword is protein powder for weight loss, and then we have launch, and then we have TOS, which means top of search. So with this naming convention, I can easily look up all of my campaigns by searching in the ASIN for my product, and when I do, I can see what type of campaign this is, what the purpose is, and when I launched it. This is how I recommend you name your campaigns. Next, you want to add the product that you want to advertise, and then scroll down and select manual targeting. Then we want to move on to targeting, and you want to select keyword targeting, and you want to select enter list. Then you want to go to your spreadsheet and copy one of the core keywords and paste it into this section. Once you do that, you want to deselect broad and phrase and add your keyword in. So you'll see here on the right side the keywords and the details about your setup. So it basically shows how much you're willing to pay for your click. So here you can see the suggested bid is 0.42. I want to start off with an aggressive approach from the start. So here's my typical strategy. If the suggested bid for my chosen keyword is below 0.75, I start with the suggested bid and then I add a placement modifier later on in the process. So before I get onto the placement modifier and I explain what it is and how to apply it, we need to complete the next sections. And the next section is negatives. So for this match type, there's no need to add any negative keywords because we're working with an exact match campaign. With exact match, it's all about targeting the precise keywords that we have chosen. So there's no requirement for negative targets. So let's discuss our campaign bidding strategy. We're going to stick with fixed bids. Why? Because we do not want a slow start. We want to hit the ground running. Our goal is to make the most out of the honeymoon period and attract high quality traffic. Starting with dynamic bids down only might just hold us back and make it slower. Below this section, you'll find adjust bids by placement. So click on that and under the top of search, set it at 100%. This means we're willing to pay 100% of our bid to select the top of the first page. If you leave it at 0, you might appear anywhere on the page, including the rest of the search results or on other product pages. This often leads to more impressions without necessarily yielding the best return on your investment, as conversions tend to be lower on these placements compared to top of search. Top of search puts you at the top. So like I showed you before with the example of the protein powder listings with the sponsored sign on the top, this significantly increases your chances in Amazon's very complex auction to appear at the top of the page. So now, my initial bid of 0.42 with a 100% placement modifier on top of search becomes 0.84. If your suggested bid for your keyword is above 0.75, I'd recommend using 0.75 as a base limit. Anything higher, and we start with an initial bid of 0.75, applying the 100% placement modifier. This allows us to bid up to 1.5, and the reason we use this approach is because it helps us manage the costs, as higher bids can run through your ad budget way more quickly. Then we move on to campaign naming, and we're going to name it the same as we did before. So let me copy that name in: SP, ASIN, SKAG, keyword, launch, and TOS. So leave the end name blank, and for the daily budget, I'd suggest starting with $15, and then you want to hit launch campaign. and then you can repeat the process for the rest of the high priority keywords. So once you've launched your initial core campaigns, the second set of campaigns that you want to launch are the exact match campaigns for the longer tail keywords. So it's a similar process as we did for the single keyword campaigns. For this set of campaigns, you can name them SP-ASIN-exact-longtail launch and then TOS. Select your product and then we go on to targeting and enter list. And then you want to deselect broad and phrase and then go back to your spreadsheet and head over to your longer tail keywords. Copy the first 5 and then paste them into this section and then add keywords. Then we have the bid. Again, we want to do the same as before. So suggested bid for all of them. We don't need any negative keywords as again, this will be an exact match campaign. And we're doing the same campaign bidding strategy as before. So fixed bids and the same with the 100% placement modifier on the top of search. And then the campaign name, we're going to do the same as we did above. So let's scroll back up, copy that and paste. Leave the end date blank and then for the daily budget, let's do £20 and then launch the campaign. £20 just gives you that bit more room for those extra clicks because now you have 5 keywords as opposed to 1. And then once this is set up, just do the same for the next set of longer tail keywords that you have remaining. Okay, the last set of campaigns that we're launching today are product targeting campaigns. So we've launched the initial core campaigns, followed by the second set, which are the longer tail keywords. Lastly, you want to launch the product targeting campaigns. So our aim with this final set of campaigns is to appear on high traffic listings. By getting featured on these listings with thousands or hundreds of sales, we essentially supercharge our ability to generate clicks and conversions for our product. This approach not only allows us to siphon sales away from our competitors, but it also takes into account the shopping behavior of customers. In reality, shoppers are rarely 100% certain about making an immediate purchase. They scroll, they go through the images and the bullet points, they read the reviews, they look at the images, and then based on that information, that's when they make the decision to buy or to not buy. So this presents us a golden opportunity to attract their interest and secure the sales in the event that they're not 100% chosen on the initial product that they landed on. So let's consider this scenario for a moment. Your product is brand new and lacks a substantial number of reviews. However, by running a product targeting ad, there's a chance to gain visibility on well-established product pages. As a result, a new product like yours has the potential to be seen by hundreds or even thousands of potential customers. And when we strategically target our closest and best selling competitors early on, particularly when our product is new and Amazon has limited information about us, we are essentially instructing Amazon to associate our product with those successful listings. So this strategy aligns perfectly with our goal of indexing, ranking and sending all the right signals to Amazon. So in essence, these single keyword ad groups and product targeting ads represent the way forward to achieve our objectives. We're going to do the same process as before. So create campaign and then name your ad group. So for this, we're going to do it as PAT, which stands for Product ASIN Targeting, the ASIN that we're running the targeting for, main competitors, and then launch. So next you want to select your product, choose manual targeting, and then product targeting, and then individual product, and enter list. Okay, so copy. Okay, so now head back to your spreadsheet, and if you remember the strategy for product targeting was 5 ASINs per campaign. So you want to grab the first 5, copy them, and then paste them into this section here. And then you just want to tick exact as well. So with the bid, we're going to do the same as before. We're going to go with the suggested bid, and then with the negatives, again, we don't have any negatives because we're targeting individual product ASINs. So moving on to the bidding strategy, and that is fixed. But this time for product targeting, we're going to tweak our placement modifier strategy very slightly. In this case, our goal is to secure a higher position on the product page itself. So we won't go as aggressively as 100%, but a 50% modifier will give us that competitive edge. So these campaigns are crucial for the algorithm and for positioning purposes, even though they might not yield the same results as the exact matches. Next, we move on to the date. So like before, no end date and then a budget of £20. Because we have 5 targets, and I think £20 is good because it allows for enough clicks. But if you want to be reserved, you can always go back down to 15. And then you just want to go ahead and launch the campaign and then do the same for the rest of the keywords. So guys, that sums up the campaigns that we're going to launch. So these campaigns, we're going to let run for the first 2 weeks. And the reason we haven't launched much, or we've kept it so restricted in the targeting, but aggressive on the bidding, is because we want to take advantage of Amazon's honeymoon period and provide all the right signals. So the honeymoon period is where Amazon gives you a short window after your product has been launched, where they use their algorithm to give you a little push to help customers find the relevant products for their searches. So during this period, we want to take advantage of the opportunity of extra sales and ranking by being as relevant as possible so that it helps us out in the long run. In the next video, I'm going to go into phase 2 of your product launch, which is optimization and the campaigns that you're going to launch for scale and growth. And I'm also going to go into detail about the different metrics in your Amazon advertising. And I'm also going to go into detail about the different metrics in your Amazon advertising that you need to pay attention to, what they mean, how to interpret the data, and what to do to get the most out of your Amazon advertising. Guys, thank you very much for watching. You've done amazingly well to stay tuned till the end. By watching this whole video, you're already following the footsteps of successful sellers. And I hope you can apply these tips and tricks into your business and see some really amazing results really quickly. I just want you to do me a quick favor. If you could smash the like button and comment below what you found most interesting about this video. And if you have any questions about this topic or anything else, post them below and I'll be sure to check them out and reply to you when I can. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care and I'll see you in the next video.